Hello again, hunters. We asked for your feedback and you delivered. We got tons of comments, loads of ideas, and plenty of very passionate requests. So let's talk about how your feedback is already starting to shape the future of ZERO Sievert. First off, we saw the MPX chants, loud and clear. Alongside that came the constant drumbeat of more weapons and more attachments, plus requests for special key-locked loot rooms, the kind that create those high-risk, high-reward moments. And honestly, that lines up perfectly with the direction we like. It's not just about adding more items, it's about creating more reasons to explore, more meaningful decisions, and more moments where you stop and think, do I push deeper or do I extract now while I still have legs? That tension is where extraction games shine. Quality of life feedback came through strong as well, especially the practical, run-saving kind. One of the most useful points raised was around collision and readability, things like gaps that look passable but aren't, particularly around objects like cars in the mall. Dying in a raid because of 2 invisible pixels isn't the kind of difficulty we want. Challenge should come from the zone, not geometry. We also saw requests for better stack splitting and storage. A slider to split ammo precisely instead of halving it over and over, or some kind of themed survival maths minigame. Completely fair and completely relatable too. Visibility and UI options came up too, including requests to toggle directional fog. Features like that are always a balancing act because they directly affect atmosphere and tension, but we understand the desire for more control, especially if something is actively getting in the way of your enjoyment. There are a load of options to tweak this stuff in the settings already though, so have a little look and see if that sorts it for you. Strong audio feedback appeared across the comments as well. Missing train sounds, music cutting out unexpectedly, and moments where the world feels a little too quiet. Particularly when enemies can sneak up on you without warning, or you're running around like a headless chicken and you don't realize their pitter-patter of footsteps is just around the corner. Audio does a huge amount of heavy lifting in games like ZERO Sievert. When it's working, you feel the tension without even thinking about it, and when it's not there, you really notice it. So this is very valuable feedback. Performance is another area we're always watching closely. Some of you mentioned stutters, freezing, and optimization concerns, especially situations where the game runs perfectly until you open up a packed inventory and suddenly your FPS decides to take the day off. That's exactly the kind of behavior worth profiling and improving. And it's feedback like this that we take really seriously. Overall, this is the kind of input from you guys that genuinely helps us make better decisions, not just bigger ones, but smarter ones too. So please keep it coming. Some of this information we got from the comments of videos, some of it came from Discord, and some of it came from the survey we dropped last week. So far though, only about 10% of viewers of these videos alone have filled it in, which means there's a lot of voices we're still missing. So if you care about where ZERO Sievert goes next, this is one of the most impactful ways to tell us. This survey helps us see the bigger picture, what players love and what's frustrating, what needs expanding and what you want to see more of. It will directly influence how we prioritize updates and where we focus development in future. And the more responses we get, the clearer that picture becomes. So if you haven't completed it yet, please do. You can find it linked in the video description, pinned in the top comment, and over on Discord in the announcements. Be honest and be blunt if you need to. That's exactly what it's there for. Help us build the version of ZERO Sievert that you want to play. Last week, the most reported issues were Linux, VAD, and resolution. For Linux, we're not actually natively supported on it. You can use Steam's own systems to get the game running, but if you run into performance issues or anything else that's a little bit weird, there's not too much we can do. And unfortunately, we're not planning any big passes or ports to Linux in future. For VAD, if the game isn't gelling for you, then that's fine. I mean, I'm sad about it, but it's fine. But please do tell us areas you don't like or areas you struggled with so we can make improvements for future hunters who come our way, or for yourself if you decide to jump back in. And for resolution, the game is built to run on 16:9 only, which I get can be a pain for those with ultra-wide monitors or fancier monitor setups. Trust me, because I am one of those people. But unfortunately, a lot of the in-game features are reliant on this resolution and will break if we change it. So it and those black bars are here to stay. And that's it for today, hunters. Thank you for continuing to share your ideas, your frustrations, your wish list, lists and your experiences. This community plays a huge role in shaping the game, and we never take that for granted. So keep the feedback coming, fill out the survey, and if you haven't already, let us know what you would like to see next. If you're enjoying ZERO Sievert, don't forget to leave us a Steam review, jump into the Discord, and stay connected with the rest of the community. Until next time, stay sharp out there, hunters, and as always, take what you can, give nothing back.